our legendary wrestler of the week. We're not able to do it the past couple of weeks because so many things were happening. But definitely want to get back to that. And this one is one that's dear to one Mr. Playmaker.
I ain't
So,
saying dear to me.
legendary wrestler of the week,
It wasn't dear to me.
the Fabulous Moolah.
I just happened to do some research, and I was like, you know what?
Okay, there you go.
I think this should work. You know, if those of you out there, and cool, correct me if I'm wrong on this. If you want to know the starting point of women's wrestling, this is where you start it. Right here. The Fabulous Moolah. Am I wrong? She was born in 1923. She had a long, lengthy career. I'm talking about close to 5 decades career. We're talking NWA in the late 1940s through the 1980s. This is what she's mainly known for, if you know your wrestling history. The longest, and I do mean longest champion in professional wrestling. Bar none. Okay. We talking about this woman won the title. Let me sure. She won the title. What year did she win the title? Her first title was in 1956, and she held that title for 28 years. So back in 1956, she won the battle war for that title. It was the vacant women's title, and she held it for 28 years. That would not be accomplished ever again. To hold a title for 28 years. She was the first woman to wrestle in Madison Square Garden as her and then WWF promoter Vincent J. McMahon, Vincent Kitty McMahon's father, able to pull that off. You everything good over there?
Yes, sir.
All right. For you to catch up, I was saying, if you want to know what the start of women wrestling is, you start with her first. That is the person you start out. And I talked about when she won the title in a battle war. She held it for 28 years. She did not lose that. She did not lose that belt for 28 years.
That is
first woman to wrestle in the famous Madison Square Garden. By the way, going down to 1984, she lost it. The ring of a 20 ring career loss was in Madison Square Garden to Wendy Richter. So when she lost the title, she chose to become a manager. You know, she managed a couple of stars, one of which is Lilani Kai, who actually beat Wendy for the title. And then Rennie beat her back, and then Moolah came back to the ring to beat her. This is when Moolah was named the Spider Lady. And that was at WrestleMania in 1985. And I do believe that was the first ever WrestleMania, correct?
If my memory serves me correct, yeah.
That was the first WrestleMania. She will become queen of WWF, as she was often accompanied by the King, Harley Race. If those of you who know your wrestling history, y'all know who Harley Race is. And probably one of Cool McCain's favorite managers at the time, too, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Bobby the Brain.
She will lose that title to the aforementioned, who we also did the legendary Wrestler of the Week with, to sensational Sherry Martel.
Just a sexy boys manager.
The Fabulous Moolah was involved in the first ever Survivor Series match for the ladies. And matter of fact, her team won that match over Sensational Sherry's team. And then in 1995, she became the first woman inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And she was inducted by none other than Alundra Blaze. And then if Cool want to pick it up here is when she returned back to the wrestling industry to what most people known as the Attitude Era.
I'll let you keep that too, sir. All you, big dog. All you.
Oh, me.
All you.
Well, if you know anything about the Attitude Era, it was quite crazy. Not the matches.
Very crazy.
The backstage segments were very chaotic.
Pushed the envelope quite a bit.
Between her and Mae Young, and especially Mae Young, who we probably gonna get to at some point down the line. Yeah. Very crazy things. But she did end up winning another title. She beat the one and only Ivory to win the title.
That was a lateral move.
You can say that. The oldest person to ever win a goddamn title in wrestling history. Well, she ain't hold it for long, you know. It was a feel good moment, and then she'll end up dropping it. I think she dropped it back to Ivory, if I remember correctly.
Another lateral move.
And she wasn't done winning. For her 80th birthday, she beat Victoria in a match. Yeah. Back then, 80-year-olds was beating younger ladies in matches. So, and then 2007, at the age of 84, she passed away. So, her birthday is tomorrow. Would have been tomorrow. And that's what made me say, you know what? We might as well do her. Birthday's tomorrow. And we're doing legendary wrestlers. Would not it be the starting point of women's wrestling, the Fabulous Moolah?